What if the biggest decision of your career was never made by a person? Imagine this. You spend hours perfecting your resume for it to be scanned, scored, and possibly rejected in seconds by an algorithm. Now flip the script. Candidates are using AI to write those resumes, while companies deploy AI to filter them out. This is all raising the stakes for companies and candidates alike in the hiring process. Welcome to Between the Lines, Carrier Management's video series where we take a deep dive into the latest trends in insurance. My name's Elizabeth Losfield, and I'm the Deputy Editor of Carrier Management and your host. For this episode, we're examining the rapidly shifting terrain of AI-driven hiring. In an industry like insurance, which is facing widening talent gaps and mounting pressure to modernize, artificial intelligence promises speed and efficiency. But underneath that promise lies ethical dilemmas, legal exposure, and financial risk. From ghost job postings to AI-generated candidates, from invisible screening systems to questions of bias and accountability, this episode pulls back the curtain on how hiring really works in the age of the algorithm. We'll hear from experts such as Ekine Akuiyibo, Chief Operating Officer at Socotra, Madeline Mann, HR leader and founder of Self-Made Millennial, and Bill Nance, CEO of Strata Tech. Because in a world where machines are making decisions about people, the real question is no longer who gets hired, it's who or what technology is doing the hiring. Here's a sneak peek of my conversation with Ekine Akuiyibo, Chief Operating Officer at Socotra. Stay tuned for the full episode on June 2nd. And I know that we're talking about sort of the hiring process and onboarding and all of that and how technology is shaping that. So just kind of big picture, how are you seeing AI changing not just hiring, but also some of the skill sets and the types of roles that companies will need over the next few years?
We've been talking about AI for a very long time. In fact, I had a professor of mine who wrote a paper about this in 1950 at MIT.
Oh, wow.
Neural networks. His name is Bernard Widrow. Anyway, so I think what we're seeing today, more than anything else, is just a different way to think about how AI shapes our world. And it's not necessarily how AI is going to change this or change that. It's now in the conversation. So every time you're doing something, you're saying, hey, is there a more efficient way to do it? Is there a more efficient way for people to learn? Is there a more efficient way to accomplish a task or a problem that you're trying to solve? And are there tools out there, including AI, that can help me get this task solved earlier? So I think for me, fundamentally, it's just a change in mindset. So when we want to do something, now I have AI as a tool, and then I have to go investigate, will it help me or not problem solve? And I think fundamentally, we're just problem solving, and AI is just one of the tools that we have.
Yeah, and I think this is a great way to look at it because we often forget in these conversations, you're right, AI has been a part of the conversation for so long, even, back in 1950, and we're really just talking about its evolution now and some of the generative AI that has come on the scene. And I'm curious, with that, as AI sort of automates some of this more routine work, I know that there's concern in some industries about losing some of their deep knowledge from their veteran employees. So what steps can companies take to sort of ensure that is passed on to the next generation, but also that they're using AI to sort of strike the right balance between humans and tech?
That's a great question. And the way we think about it at Socotra, the way I think about it is from what we see from our customers, and a lot of this is anecdotal, but then you can sort of broaden it out to the industry in general. What we see with our customers is that AI is helping bridge the tech talent gap. So what do I mean by that? A lot of carriers for the longest time, and I've only been in insurance for 10 years, have had trouble hiring good talent, hiring good tech talent. And so I live in the Bay Area. There are insurance companies here, but if you're going to compete with the technology companies, it's going to be hard to find the right tech talent. And so one thing AI has done, at least in the last 5 years, especially with generative AI, is help more insurance SMEs, insurance subject matter experts, be closer to the technology. So an example of that is, 5 years ago, if you're doing what Socotra does, you'd probably have to go write some code. Well, you don't have to write code anymore. You can do configuration. Well, who's doing configuration? It's the people that actually know the insurance business, that know what they want from an underwriting perspective. And if they have the right tools, now they're not just insurance experts, but they're not technology experts either, but they're somewhere in between. So you don't necessarily need to have a degree in CS or engineering to be productive in some of these technical tasks. Maybe that's the way to put it. And AI is helping us do that. So it's almost like cross-training, if you will. You still have your IT folks that will, maintain your CI/CD pipelines and maintain QA, quality assurance, and so on and so forth. But you don't necessarily need them for every technology or technological change you need in your organization. And AI is helping us do that today. And that wasn't the case 5 years ago.
Sign up to watch the episode on June 2nd. If you have an AI hiring story or insight you'd like to share, please contact Elizabeth Blossfield at eblosfield@wellsmedia.com and join the discussion.